Hi guys, Angie Bell, my fairy treasures. Okay, I'm back. Of course I'm back. All right, let me bring this down. Okay, you think you always have these things adjusted until the camera comes on, and then you're like, no, I don't. All right, let's just bring this down because I'm going to work over here first. Okay, so what we're doing now, I think this is the third part. Is this the second or third? I think the third part. Anyway, we're going to, with a very wet brush, with my big blue here, we're going to dip this in water and then dip it in gesso. You dip it in water first so the gesso goes on really light. You still want to see all these beautiful layers, right? Right. So also, I want to not be messing up my face. So let me rip this in a little bit so I can protect my face. There we go. Okay. So let me dip this, let me get my water. Oh, it doesn't matter. I guess it kind of does matter. Just a second. I'm rearranging myself. Plus I have my iPad in the way. I need to, if I just get my iPad out of the way, I'll be fine. So just a second. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm always organizing. I always tell you guys, I'm always organizing and reorganizing. Because, when you buy stuff, you have to reorganize and kind of keep up with yourself. So, I found them. I had a bunch of these that I created. Well, these I bought at the Dollar Tree and then I copied them so that I could always have them. Then I have these eyeballs that I created. I'll show you. Like this that we might use in the background. Anyway, couldn't find those. Finally, I found those. Now, my favorite stencils that I always use on everything, I can't find them. I will organize myself right into a mess. Okay, dip my brush into the water, dip into the gesso. And then let's go. And then I don't even really use gesso. For those of you who've seen my videos before, I use a thing called Kilz. K-I-L, let's see. Make sure I'm spelling this right. It's K-I-L-Z. And it's a, what is it? It's a wall primer. But it acts just like a gesso. Because if you think about gesso, what is gesso? It's a primer, right? But you can buy it for, way cheaper than you can buy and get big, huge. I get a big gallon of it for like, let me think. What do I get a gallon for? I get a gallon for like $15. And you can get that at Lowe's, Home Depot, Walmart, any of those places. Well, sometimes it's hard to do stuff and to paint and to think. Okay, so we want to gesso that. We will get a blow dryer out in a second and blow dry everything. Let's scoot this over, make sure I'm in frame. Yeah, that looks good right there. People will tell you, this isn't easy, you guys. You're doing the craft or the arting. At the same time, you're having to film yourself, too. And then if you do any type of editing, you've learned how to edit, too. I'm telling you. And then some people have the nerve to complain about your video. It's like, girl, do you know, or boy, do you know what I go through to get this video out? Oh, my goodness. Just as a general, give YouTubers a break. Boy, they're trying. This ain't easy. Trying to film, trying to do the art. Oh, Lord. It's not easy. Okay, I think I'm out of frame, too. Let me go to the bottom. Yeah, I was out of frame. Okay, there we go. I'm putting more gesso without so much water really close up to her hair, because right up to here I need to be able to add watercolor. So putting this gesso down is going to be a good base to accept the watercolor. But doing it with a little bit of water added lets you see through. And I still got a little bit too thick down there at the bottom. I want to see the collage bits a little bit more. So I'm going to take a paper towel. There we go. Wipe some of that off because I want to still see. I need to still get a good amount of gesso on there. Jesus. The problem is that it's such a small little area. That's why I'm having a hard time getting the right balance. So, all right. Hopefully that's the right balance right there. Okay. Let me get a baby wipe out for my hands. Okay, I think we got gesso everywhere that we needed it, right? Right. Okay, so now let me turn on my blow dryer for the next few minutes. And let me put the lid back on my gesso. There we go. Let's see where the camera's at. Let me take that off the face for now. All right, so I'm just going to turn my blow dryer on. If you want, you can fast forward. If not, you can watch me blow dry and you can see exactly how long it takes when you have some watered down gesso. It takes to dry. It doesn't take long. It's pretty quick. But sometimes it's nice to know in real time how long things take, you know? So, here we go. takes a minute or two, but not too long. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the Brights watercolor palette, the teal one from Jane Davenport, and we're going to use the colors that we used in her hair in the background here, right over the gesso to colorize all this. And some people were like, well, why did you do that if you just gessoed over everything? It just is like another layer. It's another layer. And to me, the whole process is, you know, oh shoot, is different layers. Okay, you guys, you know what? Just a second. I have to go fill, I have to get some fresh water. My water is a gunky mess, and that's not going to work. So I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. Be right back. Okay, guys, sorry about that. I am back. Sorry about my chair too. I was trying to wet my palette here with my brush, and that was impossible. It was just so dirty. I was like, okay, that's not gonna work. Okay, and let's wet this. This goes there. Just a second, just getting my pad juiced up here. We might add a little bit of this green in here if it's in the eyes. Okay. Just a second, guys, just juicing up my pad here. Okay. And you know what? I probably should work on this side so I don't have to go across the face. Plus, let's put something over the face. Okay. Here we go. Now, some people are like, okay. So we're just going to scrub in color here and there. And it just gives a really pretty added color. And I kind of like to try to match up the color with what's going on here. Like there's a lot of pink going on right here, so I'm going to use pink. Sometimes that's not always possible, but that's what I'm going to do right here. And then right behind it, there's some purple in there. There's more pink than purple, but I'm going to go with the purple. Okay. I'm going to go in with some blue right here. And mix it into that. And I wonder if the green that's in the eyes will look good right here. Well, we're going to do it, so we'll find out. We'll find out. Yeah, that looks good. Do I like that? Actually, I don't like that. Okay, none of the green goes in there. And that easily we can wipe it off and change our minds. All right, I'm going to put this color in. Yeah, I like that better. I love decisions like that I can make where if I don't have to be committed, and I can just change things on the fly like that if I don't like the way that it's going. Let's put some of this deeper purple. Let's see if that looks good right here. Yeah, this does look good. Let's put this deeper purple over here. Cool. I have this teal color. Let's see if that looks good in here too. Yeah, sure does. Sorry, you guys, I'm getting quiet. I'm just... You guys know what I'm doing. Focusing. Sometimes these things take a little focus. I'm really liking that blue. Okay, let's take and put a little bit of what right there. Put this purple. There we go. Pretty. Okay. Now, I'm not sure if you guys can see we're up here yet, but I'm going to add this purple up here at the top. And don't worry, after this we're going to do, there's lots of layers going to be going on. After this, after we do this colorization, there's going to be lots of stenciling. There's all kinds of stuff going to be happening. Okay, now we're going to go over to the other side. And let me move my book. I hear some rigmarole going on outside. Hopefully it's nothing serious. My husband's not here. He had to go back to work. And so whenever we hear rigmarole during my videos outside, it's my husband cutting trees or something down. Okay, I don't know what that was. All right. Nothing too serious. We're okay. All right. Let's make sure that we're in frame still. All right, so we're going to tack over here, and then the bottom. Okay. Still remembering, once this dries, I need to cut these edges off. I'm sure some of you guys are like, are you ever going to cut those edges off? Nah, we're just going to leave them. Okay. Add this little bit of blue right here. Okay. And then let's just add a bunch of pink right there because that's really the color of what it'll bring the flowers out more, because these are flowers right here. So it'll bring those flowers out a little bit more. Not that much. Let's water that back down a little bit. Got a little overzealous with that. There we go. And add a little color without completely covering it. Okay. So let's go back into some purple here. color do we want to go in here with? Let's go back in with some of that blue. Yeah. Do that blue all the way down. Perfect. And then we might go in with a little bit of the darker blue right here. Now that doesn't really do anything for anything. There we go. That does something. And then let's go down to the bottom, right down there. And let's give some color down here. Now you don't have to just use watercolor. If you have color sticks, you can use color sticks. If all you have is watered down acrylic, take acrylic paint and water it down, perfect. Do that then. That'll look fabulous. If you have, what else was I gonna say? If you have pastels, you can do it with pastels and add no water. I've done that before too, and it's gorgeous. I could have done that today, but we've been using the watercolor the whole time, so might as well continue with that. A little bit of blue right through here. Okay, so now we need to dry all this. Let me just add a little bit more blue, a little bit more coloring right there. And let's add a little bit more purple in through here to intermix with this. Okay. Just looking at things, making sure everything's colored the way I want it. Okay, this looks good. Again, I gotta turn on the dryer. And we need to do a little blow drying. Leave that over there. Okay, let's see, that's back centered again so you guys can kind of see what's going on. And I'll give everything a close-up look at the end, okay? But I have to work kind of far out. Of course, you guys can see what the heck I'm doing. So, all right, let me turn my dryer back on. Okay, And I wanted to say something really quick. This organically happened, and you guys saw that I added to the title, and I put on the title Crying for the Universe, especially in this time of this virus. This painting now I'm dedicating to, or I'm calling it Crying for the Universe, because I thought, why would I have this dripping of tears? And I thought, it's probably you expressing yourself about how you feel about what's going on in the world. Not just in the United States, but the world. And so I think for me, that's what this tear dripping down her neck represents. So that's what this piece has organically become. I looked at it, and a lot of times I don't have an idea of why I'm doing what I'm doing, but I look at it and then maybe get meaning from it afterwards. Sometimes it's the other way around, and sometimes I just do it just to do it to have fun. So, but that's why we're going to call this piece Crying for the Universe. Okay. Also, this is what I was saying. You could take a pastel, like Jane Davenport has these beautiful pastels. She made them to look like a makeup palette. Isn't that fabulous? Yes, love it. But you could take these colors and go over this. Of course, with no water. These are like those pan pastels that you get like at Blick's. They're beautiful. They have a creaminess to them without being creamy or wet or greasy. They're very nice. They're like a high quality eyeshadow. Just beautiful. And I could have done that all over the place too. Okay, and I have done it. And I really like the way that looks. Okay. Next. Okay, let's just see where I'm at. Make sure I'm still in focus. Let's go. We'll work over right here in this whole section. Is this whole section in frame? Yes. Okay, so we'll work on this whole section here. And what I want to do is I want to do some stenciling. Not stenciling. I want to do some stamping. So let me get my stamp block out. We'll get this one out. This is, you guys have seen it a million times. It's a spool stamp. I love it. It's an old stamp. I've had it forever. I think it was Tim Holtz. There it is. And I have to use a glue stick. Here's a cue. Once your stamp is really old and it doesn't have the stickiness and you need to put it on a block, you can just take a glue stick of any sort, put it on there, because you're dealing with something that's rubber or plastic. It's not going to permanently stick. And so what I'm going to use colors that are already in the background, okay? Because I don't want to put yellow on here. I want it to remain in the background. So if you use the colors, whether you're stamping or whether you're stenciling, if you keep with those same colors, everything's going to be cohesive. And it's going to stay in the background where it belongs. All right, I'm also at the same time stamping over on the other side where you're not really seeing. So just letting you know that right now. Okay, that color's good. Let me see if I can't bring everything almost into frame. Yeah, I see I can't bring that side into frame. So we'll stick with this side. At least you can see this side and you can see down here. You're just not going to be able to see over here on the very far side. But I'm going over there and stamping also. So. You've been warned, people. I'm doing stuff over here on the side behind your back. All right. I have another purple color, which is really pretty. It's by Color Box, so I'm going to use that. This color here was some type of purple from Harmony Spectrum Noir. Very pretty. Okay. I'm going to take this one off. And I have another cool, this one's a watch face, clock face, which I love. I'm going to do the same thing. Put a little glue on the back of it, because that a long time ago came off. I think this is another Tim Holtz stamp. I think. Oh, I want to get my hands on Tim Holtz's, some of his newest stamps. When he was at the, in January, when they had the, I always want to call it CHA. Creativations is what it's called. It's where all the bigwigs go to show off their products to the stores who are going to carry them. And, oh, I love that. And Tim Holtz, I was watching it on YouTube, because the people who go, well, a lot of the people who own stores or just anybody who can go, who's lucky to get to go, they'll tape while they're there. And so I saw Tim Holtz's new stamps. Oh, I saw a bunch of good stuff of Tim Holtz, but his stamps, oh my God, you guys, they're fabulous. I want his stamps so bad. Oh! Oh my God. You guys, I had a crafty avalanche. You know what I wish? I wish I'd have a crafty avalanche, and then that would expose where the stencils are at that I've lost recently. Calling myself being organized. Calling myself organizing my crap. And I can't even find my favorite stencils. Okay. So, let's take that off. That's a pretty color. I like that color. Okay. Let's now... I also have this color box right here. I keep a rubber band on it because the lid comes off easily. But these things right here, I showed them the other day. People thought, oh, I love that. Now we know how they work. These pop out, each one. So, like, if I use this blue, see how it comes out? And there's like a little handle on there. Pretty cool. Okay, so I have some more stamps. I have this one, which is a post stamp. And I know a lot of you guys have already seen it. So we're just going to put that here and there. Okay. And if it's some sort of a blue color, I try to put that blue on a blue space. Just to help it go into the background a little more. Okay. And then... okay, let's do this teal color. There's another light blue over here, but I just don't think that's going to show up. I think this blue will show up better. Love this stamp here. Okay. I haven't hardly done any stamping over here on the side. Okay. And this is just adding little bits to the background. And I love doing it. And do I have something else I want to add? Oh, I thought this stamp was cool. This is a stamp I think I got at that Hobby Lobby 75% off clearance. I think. Maybe it's not, because it's not the red sticker. I don't know where I got it. You know, I didn't pick it up for $1, but look how cool that is. And it was regularly $4. Isn't that cool? So I've been wanting to use this, so we'll use that teal color on here. You can't see it really well. This might be a better one to do in black, but it'll add to the background. Okay. When I add some black, I might use that one for black. Okay, so we probably have done enough with color. All right, let me put this on here. Just a second, let me put my rubber band back on this. So if you have one of these, make sure you keep a rubber band on it if you want to not dry that out. But this is fabulous to have this. Look at all the colors you get. So cool. Okay, wait, there's one missing. Oh, is there one missing? Okay, I guess not. Looks like there's one missing at the end. Well, if there is, I'll find it. Okay, looking to see what I want to do. Okay, now I'm going to get out my black. Get those done. I'm going to get out my black script stamp. I have this vintage stamp. I want to use that in black. I'm going to get my black stamp pad out. Adding black to me always really brings things together. Oh, you know what else I wanted to use? I'm going to do it. See, there's some butterflies. Let's use those. Some of these. at least choose one butterfly out of this whole thing that we can use. We're going to use, which one do I want to use? What does that one look like? All right, we're going to use this one. We have to have these butterflies. I don't know how I almost skipped that. And this already has stickiness on it, so I don't have to worry about that. And what color? We'll use this purple here. Since purple is a big, is the main color of this whole thing. Cool, love it. And what I'm doing is I'm taking this butterfly and I'm stamping it right next to the watch pieces and stamping it over the watch piece a little bit. I think that really adds. Okay, I'm stamping on the other side where you're not seeing, so sorry about that. Okay, and we'll take that same purple and we'll go right here at the bottom. Okay, let's clean that off. Yay, I'm so glad I added those butterflies. I wanted those on there. So let me put these back on here. And this is a Bo Bunny stamp. I bought a set of like 6 different sets of stamps, and it all came in one package for like $12 or $13. I was like, from HSN. So I had to get it because the deal was too good. Okay. All right, so what am I doing next? With black, I want to do what? Oh, okay, with black, I also want to do this vintage right here. So let me put this on a stamp block. I'm going to do it in black, the word vintage. And this is an old Tim Holtz stamp also. These stamps right here are old wooden, which I love. Stamps Are Us. Stamps Are Us? Is that what it's called? I think that's called Stamps Are Us. Whatever that's called. I'm probably saying it wrong. All right, so let me get into some black ink here. Is it Stamps Are Us or Stamps? Not, no. I know it's probably on here. Stampin' Up. That's what I was trying to say. Not Stamps Are Us, Stampin' Up. All right, we're going to put this vintage like right here on the side. Hold that down for just a second. Cool. That looks awesome. Do I want this anywhere else? The word vintage. Maybe down there at the bottom. Cool. I'll put vintage down here. Does it have anything to do with crying for the universe? No. But I like it. So we're doing it. Cool. And I kind of like that it's kind of not perfectly stamped. That just adds, because everything's already so rustic, you know. Okay, so let's remove this off of the block. And now we're going to do I'll do this last. I'll do the script stamping last. I was thinking about this. This is really pretty. Let me show you guys on a white piece of paper what this is. This is a stencil. Okay, and it's of necklaces of a feather and all kinds of chains and necklaces. I think that's really cool. And so I was thinking about putting that like in black, putting that right here. Wouldn't that look fabulous right there? So that's what we're going to do. And hopefully it looks fabulous. If it doesn't look fabulous, oh well, we tried. Okay. All right, so let me get some black acrylic paint and a little makeup wedgie. And cool. All right, so I got a little black acrylic paint on the makeup wedge. And let's line this up good. I want it to look like it's coming off the page at the top. Okay, let me see if it's coming through good or not. Yes, it sure is. Yay. I'm going to try not to get too much paint on the sponge because I would like to get a pretty good clean stencil. But if I don't, I mean, if it's not perfect, no major. But I'd like to do as clean as possible. Okay, let me just do a little peekaboo. Yep, that's looking good. Okay, we could do a little peekaboo. Oh, that looks fabulous. Okay, lift it up. Look how cool that looks. Oh, love it. Yay, that turned out good. Let me wipe off my stencil. I never wipe my stencils off, but this is such a nice clean stencil. I don't think I've ever used it before. No, that's why it was perfectly clean. This might be a Jane Davenport stencil, I think. I don't know. I think so. I could be wrong. I've collected so much crap over the years. Who knows? But love that. Okay. Also, I want to collage on some butterflies and flowers onto the background. Just a second, you guys. I gotta put some stuff away. It's just getting too cluttered over here. I'm putting away my stamp pads. Those have got to go. Okay. So much better. Whew, I feel like I can breathe now. That looks so cool. I hope you guys can see that. Yeah. See? Oh, I love that. Okay. Okay, I have some collage bits. I'll show them to you guys up close, what I'm thinking about. All right, so I have these eyeballs, and I actually drew these and painted them myself. And I've been meaning to give these in a mixed media fun kit, which I'm working on right now. I've been saying that for quite a while. I need to stop saying it and get to doing it. Okay, so, but I was thinking, do I want this eyeball down here? For some reason, I think would look really cool. Let me see if this purple one wouldn't be bad. Nope. This seems like it'd be really cool down here. So that might stay like that. Okay, there's a butterfly there. There's a butterfly here, maybe. Might put a butterfly there and another butterfly up here. Love that. Also, I have these wall stencils. Not wall stencils, wall decals. See? So, and I think I want to use this purple one right here. These are the ones that I made copies of. Okay, that's how I put them on sheets, on cardstock, and that's how I have these. They're paper ones that I cut out. But then I still have a bunch of these on, that are wall decals on the main one. But I made copies because I figured someday I'm going to use them all, and I've almost used all the ones that I love, so. I might just throw that butterfly, may end up going right there. Okay, it's not completely stuck down yet. I have some flowers on this wall decal that I think are gorgeous. Which I might be using. Wouldn't that be gorgeous at the bottom? Yeah, that's going to happen there instead of the eyeball. Some people are like, yeah, Angela, that makes more sense. Okay. I'm looking at the flowers. Look at this. Isn't this cool? This I want to be a focal point. These right here. This with all the flowers. I'm just seeing if I want to borrow any of the flowers off of here. Like, do I want this with that? See, that would be pretty like that. Okay. All right, so I got down what I want to do. All right. Let me see if there's anything else. I need more wall decals that I'm looking at. No. Okay. All right, so let's glue all of these pieces down. Let me make some room for myself. Let me get out. When I glue pieces down like this, because they're a little bit thicker, I like to use Eileen's Tacky. Well, actually, these aren't thicker, but the stickers are. So we'll just use Eileen's Tacky for all of it. All right, let me get some of this stuff. We'll start on this side and glue these pieces down first. And I think I'm in frame. Yes. Okay. Also, I like to use a little magazine or a telephone book, but we're going to use a little magazine because I need something small on the side of me. And even though I have a glass mat, I still like to use, for glue, I still like to use like a magazine, free magazines, because I can use this as a glue surface when I'm done, flip it over. So you always have a nice glue surface to work from. All right, let me find another glue brush, because my other glue brush is in my another jar that I used. Is that a glue brush? Perfect. Thank goodness I have two designated glue brushes in case I, can't find one of them, which is the case right now. All right, so another little tip, I store my Eileen's Tacky upside down. I probably shouldn't have done that over her face, but I store it upside down so it's ready to go, because this glue, as you guys know, is really thick. but I love it for how tacky it is. It tacks everything down so good. Especially if you're working with cardstock or something that the paper's kind of thicker. It glues things down really good. All right, I'm going to go over her hair a little bit too, which I think will be fabulous. Okay. So I showed you guys those eyeballs that I created. I won't be using any of those. You never know what looks good and what doesn't until you start trying things. So pull things out and then see. I'm going to glue that down next. Pull things out, try things, and see how you like them. And then you'll know. Looking forward to this. I told you guys before, I do a class called Commit and Zumba. And they're like dance fitness classes, but they're more like dance, like you're jamming, okay? It's so fun. And I miss all my Commit and Zumba friends. And my Commit and Zumba teachers, especially my Commit, some of my Commit instructors, they taped themselves like years ago. So they have... on YouTube, they've taped a bunch of the dances, and I know them all because I take classes from these instructors. And so I made myself a playlist of a bunch of Zumba and Commit, and mostly Commit dance like routines. It's like dance, it's aerobics, but it's not like aerobics. It's like more like dancing, but you get the best workout. You burn off how many calories? 800 to 1,000 calories for the Commit, and you burn off 500 to 1,000 calories for Zumba. So I made a playlist. So if you guys go to my homepage and go to my playlist, it'll say Zumba. But it's not just Zumba. It's Zumba and Commit. And check it out. And you can use this opportunity, having to stay in the house, as an opportunity to maybe get into some of the best shape you've ever gotten into in your life. And more importantly, have fun. Because it's a blast. And I know it's dancing, and if you don't dance, don't worry. They break it down. They only do so many 8 counts before they repeat everything. So everything's very repetitive. So if you don't get it the first time, you'll get it the second time, or the third time, or the fourth time, or the fifth time. Or maybe you won't get it completely the first time you do it. Don't worry about it. Do what you can and keep doing it. And after a while, you learn all the different moves. And you'll love it. And the most important thing is not that you don't get it perfectly down the first time or the second or third time. It's that you have fun and you burn off calories, and more importantly, you improve your health. And that's really what's important, is your health. Because as we've seen, if you don't have your health, whew, you can be in some trouble. So that's the most important thing, your health. Right. Okay. Yeah, so go check my playlist out on my homepage. And if you want to have a great workout. And I do, my class, when I do it at my gym, it's an hour class. But I do 45 minutes. So it's basically, it's 45 minutes, a 45-minute class. Because that doesn't include warm up and cool down. So really the dance part of it really is 45 minutes. So that's what I do. And and it's way longer than 45 minutes, my playlist. So I just choose the different ones for my playlist that I want to do that day. So, okay, let's put these 2 butterflies together. We'll put this one over here. Yeah. Okay, so let's take this butterfly away. Hopefully I'm in frame and you guys are seeing me. I didn't even really check. I just moved my book over. Yeah, you guys are seeing. Perfect. Okay. And it's really cool. A lot of people have said they like my longer videos. They go, oh, I like the longer videos. I'm like, okay, cool. I like it too because I don't have to stress about my camera just turning off like with my old phone. I don't have to stress about it because I have more memory now on my phone. I can, that's what we're going to do. I can take, 30-minute videos and string them together now, which is what I do. Between 2 different editing software on my phone, I can flip the videos. So I've learned a lot of editing, but these apps on your phone, if you have enough memory, ooh, they're so much easier than some of the editing software that I've seen that like comes with your computer. Like, I don't understand any of that. I tried. It was too much for my brain. It was too much. Okay, put that over here. I can do some art, you guys, but like learning editing software, yeah. But the apps, they make it really super user-friendly. So that's what I need. User-friendly. Editing made for idiots. I wouldn't even be insulted if that's what it was called. I'd be like, oh, that's for me. I could do a little art, but that editing can throw me for a loop real quick. Okay. Loving this. Okay. So we have all these glued on here. All these little pieces. Let me put that glue brush away. And this is what I love. Look, this is a gluey mess, right? Just flip the page. Gluey mess, done. And now you're ready for the next page. Okay. And some of you guys have seen me do that a million times, but there's always new people, and so they might like that little trick. Okay, so two of the last things I always like to do on all my pieces is I like to do script stamp over the whole thing in black, which we're about to do, and then we're going to fairy dust the piece. And then we'll come and do some close-ups. What time do we have here? Okay. Oh, I have one more piece here that I didn't put on here. I wanted to put this somewhere. Let me see if I still want to. Do I want that to go there? No, because that covers up that. Maybe I don't want this. Yeah, I think I don't need this. Yeah, I don't need this piece. So let me put this back over here. Just a second. I'm going to put this back on where it belongs on my wall. These right here are wall decals, what I was showing you. These are wall decals, and you get them in the automotive section. I do not know why they're in the automotive section, but they are. Like automotive section and like the houseware section, that's where these are usually at. And they're wall stickers. But I use them in my art. I use them as focal points. I use them as semi-focal points, which is what I call these butterflies, semi-focal points. Okay, I'm going to use my script stamp. And I just think my script stamp, it just brings everything together. When you see that script stamping in the background. And do I worry about perfect stamping? No. I want to see it appear and disappear. And I think that looks fabulous like that. We put some in her hair, which I think is fabulous. So what I'm trying to say is there's no wrong. You can't do anything wrong here. With the style of what I do, you can never do anything wrong. That's probably why I make everything look so shabby. So you can't make a mistake. Well, as Bob Ross said, just happy little accidents. Okay, love that. All right, let's go to the other side. And we'll do this, and then I'm going to go down to the bottom here and do that. I won't be in frame for the very bottom part, but that's fine. Okay. And yes, I'm going right over the butterflies, because I feel like going over the butterflies just brings everything together. Let's go over this right here at the very top. Just a little bit of script stamping up here. Perfect. But by going over the butterflies, I just feel like it brings everything together. Cool. And then I'm going to take this stamp and just keep stamping until I use up all the ink. Okay, I'm sure that's all off there now. Perfect. Okay, I am loving this. Now, our very last thing, I hope I haven't forgotten any steps. But if I did forget some steps, who cares? Because you know what? We already did a lot, didn't we? I'm going to do fairy dust. Wait, before I fairy dust, let's cut all the excess off here. So just a second. If you guys are looking, this is a page I did from before. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? But we're not going to do it. I forgot. I wanted to do some mark making on here. But that's fine. Like some of my own mark making that I like to do. But that's fine, because we already did a lot. We don't need any mark making on here. Okay, this really stuck to the wax paper. Jeez. Alright. So, you guys, I'm going to be in and out of frame for a second, because I'm cutting off all the excess that was hanging off. So just a second. Because I just want you guys to get a good look at how it's going to end up looking with all of the edges cut off here. Remember when I did the collaging, I went over the edge a little bit. It's easier just to go over the edge than trying to fit your collage bits just perfectly to the page. Easier just to go over and then cut them off, which is what I did. So if you don't want to watch me do this part, just fast forward. But I'm just cutting this. See all this right here? That's it. It needs to be cut off. Alright, so let's turn this around. Like I said, excuse me, I know I'm off frame. I know this book is all over the place, but it'll only be for another second or two. And this will be so much nicer to look at because I have all that crap off. Okay, I'm just being a little overly picky right there. Okay. All right. We are back. All the edges are cleaned up now. Yay. All of that crud is off the sides. Some of you, that was probably bothering. You're like, girl, get that book cleaned up. So this is what this is looking like. Isn't that cool? We're going to do some close-ups here in a minute. Okay, so before we do the close-ups, let's do some fairy dusting. Fairy dusting is nothing but white splatters, but I like to call it fairy dusting. And if I don't fairy dust a piece, oh, people are like, Angela, you didn't fairy dust. You guys be holding me accountable. I was just about to say something very political, but caught myself. Okay. Some of us in this world have to be held accountable for what we do and say. Some of us don't, I guess. Okay. Let's not get political, Angela. Because I can in a second. Okay. Some of us can't just say whatever the hell we want to say. All right, Angela, shut up. All right, moving on. White acrylic paint. Put some on my glass mat over here, and then wet it down a little bit, so we can make some fairy dust, some white splatters. And what brush do I want to use? I'll use this one. Do I have a bigger one? Let me see. I like to use, you can use a fan brush. You can use a regular paintbrush. You can use this to make splatters. I like to use this one right here. This stiff brush. It's stiff as heck. When I bought them, I'm like, I am never going to use that. Never throw a brush away. You will probably find a way to use it. This is my favorite brush to make clouds, to make splatters. I love this brush. So don't ever throw a brush away thinking that a brush just sucks. Just because you didn't buy it, it's not the way you wanted it to be for the intended purpose. You might end up loving it. You probably end up loving it. You'll find a purpose for it. I say the same thing about your makeup brushes. A lot of times you'll buy a brush, and you bought it for a certain purpose, and then it doesn't work out for that purpose. But then later on, you might discover that makeup brush. I'm just going to throw some fairy dust over the hair too. And then you might discover that makeup brush and be like, oh my God, I love it for this, you know? So when it comes to your paint brushes and your makeup brushes, don't throw them away, because you never know. So we're fairy dusting everything. I even got some fairy dust on her neck, which I think looks fabulous. And on the hair, everywhere. Okay, everywhere except for her face. So we're taking that off her face. I didn't want to fairy dust her face. I could have if I wanted to, but nah, not on this one. All right, so let me get this white paint off my finger. Get this white paint off of my... In fact, let me take my book away for a second and wipe down this really quickly. If you keep your mat wiped off, you don't have to worry about scraping things off, which it scrapes, everything scrapes off of it really good. But then you don't have to worry about, it's always clean for the next project. Okay, I love how this turned out. So let me show you a far view of everything. Okay, that's what it looks like at the bottom. And then we're going to do some close-ups here in a second. I love it. What do you guys think? I hope you like it. I hope I inspired you. I hope I helped you take your mind off the stress of this virus and anything you're going through, and bring you a little happiness for a little while. We all need that. Okay, so now I'm going to take my phone. Let me go ahead and stand up here and do a little zoom in here so we can do some close-ups. So you can see what it looks like close up. Okay, so this, where am I? All right, maybe that's as close as we can get. No, we can get, oh, okay, I think that's pretty close. Okay, so this is the top of the page here. There is the bottom. So you can see that. Maybe, you know what would be easier? I think is if I just move my book and not move the camera. Okay, so there's the top of her. Actually, I'm still gonna have to move the camera. But here's the top of her head. Here's the top of this. Doesn't that look cool? There's that. And then, let me move my camera again so you can see her, and then so you can see the bottom. Doesn't that turn out cool? I love it. I hope you guys love it. She just looks like she's living in some beautiful little magical world. Somewhere where I want to live, that's for sure. Love it. Coronavirus free. Girl, it's not even funny. It's not funny at all. Sometimes you gotta do a little laughing though. This stuff is crazy. Okay, you guys, that is it. So I hope you guys are inspired. Let me know. Are you guys going to do some of this, what is this called? This type of painting that I did. I'm thinking of the word reverse. It's not reverse. It's, oh, damn it. I told you guys what the name of it is. Anyway, this type of watercolor painting where you keep the face white and then use watercolor. Not giving her a skin tone, which I think is such a contrast watercolor painting or contrast painting. I love it. I love how it turned out. I love using the watercolor and not making things perfect, letting the watercolor swoosh in and out of the other colors and let it end up where it's going to end up for the shading. Like, look how it ended up here. That's where it ended up. And then it dries and takes on its own little shape and color when it mixes with other colors. I love it. I absolutely love it. So let me know if you're going to do that, if you want to try that. If you learned anything new as far as doing a background. Do you like all the layers that we did? All the layering? I think the layering is awesome. Oh, there is one more thing, you guys. Okay, just a second. We'll do this. I'll do a little bit with you guys and then we'll call it quits. I forgot. Okay. Watercolor pencil. You can use a watercolor pencil. You can use a Faber-Castell. You can use, what's this called? It's one of my favorite pencils right here. A Stabilo. But I'm going to use a water-soluble crayon. It's Jane Davenport. She made them look like lipsticks. And I forgot. We need to go around and edge out everything. So I'll do that on my own. But I'll do a little bit with you guys. We'll do this side together. And then I'll do the rest of this off camera. Can't believe I almost forgot that. Wet your finger and then smear. Do a little smearing. So we get ourselves a nice little border. So that's it. That's all I just wanted to show you. So just make sure, I mean, if you like that, but I just really think, see how it finishes off the edge? It just finishes and frames everything. So I always like to finish everything off with a little bit of, with a Stabiloing or using a water-soluble crayon to edge off and finish everything off. Give it a nice little border. Okay, you guys, that is it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. If you can give this video a thumbs up. Any comments or questions, leave them below. Come visit me on Facebook and Instagram. Oh, and come join our group. It's called Our Magical Little Place. Whether you do mixed media, knit, crochet, spin some art yarn, spin yarn, you do junk journals, art journals, whatever you do, you can come there and share your art. And everyone's very supportive there. Come visit us. There's a clickable link below. And I think that's it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed the little series. All right, you guys. I will be back probably tomorrow with something new. Okay, talk to you guys soon. Bye.